Hi there, welcome to Carla is Crafty, episode 74. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Carla. I'm a mom, a wife, and a midwife, and I'm a born-again Christian, and I love people enough to tell them that. So we're going to go over some of the finished objects, we'll go over what I'm working on, and we'll talk about my craft fair that I had yesterday, my very first one. So first finished objects, some things I wanted to make for the craft fair that I did get made that didn't sell, obviously. So I made this jumbo turtle. Isn't he precious? Precious, precious. Look at that. Oh, I love the eyes. Anyway, he's a big boy. Big boy. He's a jumbo. I actually was planning to make the human size one, and I got the pattern from Crochet by Genna, but I didn't really pay attention to the fact that for her human size one, she used 7 weight yarn, and I got Bernat blanket instead, which is a 6 weight, and so it didn't come out as big, which is okay. I could probably make it bigger if I used a bigger hook or something, but I kind of like this size. Anyway, he's made with Bernat Blanket Sparkle. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. This is the sea foam. I don't remember the pink, and I don't think I still have the ball band. Shame on me. But because I ordered so much of it, because I thought that it was going to take what it said on her thing, I didn't, because she uses Premier Parfait XL. And so it doesn't have as many yards, I don't think. And so I had enough, and I actually made 2 more of the little, these are the regular size ones. She has a pattern for mini, she has a pattern for regular, for jumbo, which is, I think, what size turtle that is. She has a human size pattern, which is the first one I bought. And then if you follow Crochet by Genna, I'll link her below, but you need to go to her YouTube and look at, she's got a, one that she just made that was a special order, and it is the size of a king size bed. I mean, I'm just saying, this girl is ambitious and she is talented, and I really like her patterns. Leggy frogs. So I actually made leggy frogs into backpack buddies. This one is made with Big Twist plush, and I believe it's glowworm or grow worm or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, it's bright orange. I mean bright green. And I made like 3 in this color, and then the rest of these are made in Parfait, Premier Parfait. So I've got, I think I had another light blue one in light blue, but it must be in the bottom of my craft show bag. But made those, and then I had some leftover blanket yarn from making something for my daughter, and so I made one in this really bright colors. So he's a little bigger, obviously, because, you know, to me, like this plush and the Premier Parfait are more like a lightweight 6, and this is like a true 6, the blanket yarn, because this is like Bernat, but this is actually Lion Brand. I know I'm confusing. And then I made 4 ghosts. This one is made out of Big Twist plush white, and I made a couple out of it, and I made a couple out of Premier Parfait in their white. I like the way both of them work up. I mean, they both work up really cute. I just was playing around doing 2 different ones, and then I love the red eyes. So I had bought this set of eyes when I was making those dolls back in the day, and it had like blue, brown, green, but then it had like this gold color and this red, and I thought, when am I ever going to use red eyes? And then I started making ghosts, and I was like, they need red eyes. So I think those are super cute. This is actually Crochet by Genna's. She has a ghost pattern, but I cheated and I just used her octo pattern and added about 4 or 5 rows to make it a bigger thing. So anyway, that's what I did with that. Loaf cat. So I'd made some loaf cats, and I don't remember if I showed them to you or not, but I sold them at my craft fair. So I decided last night when I got back from the craft fair that we needed a black one for Halloween, right? So this is Annie Carraway's pattern. And I'll link her channel below too. She does some really cute patterns. She does all sorts of them, but she's done some really cute holiday, like Halloween ones and stuff too. My daughter was over yesterday, and so I had her pick out the eye color, which is kind of a silver in the cat's eyes. I got these cat's eyes off Amazon. They came in a pack of like, I don't remember how many were in there, 30, 60, something like that. But I got those off Amazon. They had all different colors in them, and I use them for cats, and I also use them for my dragons. But Megan picked that, and I really liked that color, and then I used, just white. So this is the Walmart brand blanket yarn. I don't know if I've told you guys before. I had a friend who bought a skein of Walmart blanket yarn in black, and she bought one in white because she was doing like some initial monogramming or something for her kids, and so she just used a few yards off each one, so she gave me the leftovers. So that's what this is, Walmart blanket yarn, and then this is Bernat blanket in a white. It's not antique white, it's a different color white, but so we needed that for my next market in October, right? And then dish dryer mat bags. This one, I found these dish dryer mats at Hobby Lobby. I just loved it because it's puppy feet. And then this is the dishcloth I used to make the pocket. And I didn't do a zipper on this one. I did magnetic. And I like these because you don't have to put them in before you get the bag made. You sew them in afterwards because they've got those little. The only thing is you do see that on the outside, which I need to figure out a way probably to cover that. And then this is just webbing that I bought from Amazon by the yard. And then I'm pretty sure I showed you guys these dish dryer mats in the pumpkin, but I don't think I showed you the finished bag. And so then the dish towel matches, and then I used from Amazon, I bought zipper by the yard, and then this is of course that from Amazon, but I think it turned out really cute. It's 2 dish dryer mats and a dish towel, and then and again, that's Chelsea at She Sews Seams. It's her tutorial and stuff. I give her full credit. Somebody on one of her things is like, oh, somebody's out there making your things and putting them on YouTube. And I went, well, I'm making them, but I'm giving her credit, and like she says, she didn't like write the idea for making these things. She just is doing tutorials on them. So I don't know why people want to be so snarky, but it's okay. They can. Anyway, so I made those. I've got some other ones that are fall themed that I need to get made that are really cute, that I want to get made for my next craft show. And then I made a Snorlax, which I don't have a picture of it. My daughter does. It was a gift for her. She commissioned it. She wanted a Snorlax. She did not want the Snorlax, however, to be blue with the white front. She wanted bright colors with the white front. And so I ordered this from Lion Brand, and it's their cover story blanket yarn, and it's 547 yards and 1,000 grams, 100% polyester. It's a size 6, obviously. This color is called Alchemy, okay? And so the pattern called for 3 skeins of blue in Bernat blanket, which they're 220 yards, so I'm figuring, well, I probably need 600 yards, and these are 547, so I ordered 2. Well, it didn't take the whole one. In fact, again, not only did I finish it, but I made a leggy frog out of the rest of it. So I have a hole, and I'm going to make myself a sea turtle out of it because I think it's gorgeous, and I think it would make a really cute sea turtle, and yes, it's for me. The other thing I made, we do a prenatal care, where the hospital where I work, but we do a special kind too that's called centering prenatal, and it's where women who are all due the same month meet together. They each have their little individual visit with the provider, and then we meet together as a group and we talk about pregnancy and labor and delivery and all sorts of different subjects, and everyone kind of shares their thoughts or concerns and stuff like that. Well, I always try to make something for my group, and this particular group only has 3 pregnant ladies in it, and they're all having boys. So I made little Ross hats. I knitted some little Ross hats. This is Red Heart Super Saver in speckles, and it's the navy. I have navy and I have red. I found it on clearance at Walmart, so I bought some, and I thought the navy would make cute little boy hats. It's really soft right now because I've already washed these. Because Red Heart, I don't know, is it just me? Has it gotten more rough? over the years, or is it because I've been working with all this blanket and parfait and acrylic worsted just feels like sandpaper to me now. But, once you wash them, they soften up really nice. So, and then Joys in Progress. Obviously, I've got the bags and stuff. I'm still working on a few more bags. I have plenty of Mondos and Biddy bags, but I want to get some more Midi bags made for my next craft fair. And then my dish drainer or dish dryer mat bags, I want to get those finished too. And then I got one of the ladies yesterday at the craft fair bought some items, but then she special ordered an avocado. The avocado cut in half with the pit in the middle. Anyway, so she wanted an avocado, so I got the pattern and started on it. And the pattern is from Little Baby Rory Crafts on Etsy. I've had some of her other patterns. She's really good too. So again, I'll link her. You guys know I post the video, and then within a few days, last time I was not very fast and someone had to remind me, hey, you haven't posted the stuff in the description, so I will try to be better about that. I do have to work tomorrow, but it's only 8 hours, so hopefully this will upload tonight, and tomorrow evening or Tuesday I will have time to get in there and do the description stuff. Acquisitions, that Lion brand cover story yarn, and then I did get a Crafty gamer pillow or whatever you want to call it off of Amazon. My friend Sandra's like, you really need one of these that helps, with your positioning when you're crocheting or knitting. And so I didn't buy the fancy gamer brand one. I just bought the off-brand one or whatever because it was a reasonable price, and it comes with this nice zippered cover. And of course I love the color, right? Because it's purple. Light purple, but purple. And it's nice because I don't know what, I'm probably getting carpal tunnel from doing all this stuff for the craft fair because I've been doing a lot of crochet with big, heavy yarns. And so that really helps, because you're not in an awkward position with your arms, and so you're not making your hand numb. Anyway, I like it. I think it worked out well. I'll link it below too, just in case somebody wants to order one. I do not have an Amazon link thing. I don't get any money from anybody for anything. I am never sponsored. My channel's not big enough for that, and it's okay. I just make it clear. If I tell you I like or don't like something, it's honest, obviously. And I'm not saying that people aren't honest when they're sponsored by different brands, but I think it's a lot easier to be honest if you're not. So now we can talk about my craft fair. So one of the things I did was, I made these little half aprons, and this is my personal one that I made for my sewing when I'm sitting at the sewing machine and stuff. I took this to the craft fair and used it to put my money in, so that my change, and then all the money, if anybody paid cash, I had the pockets for it. It also worked really well to throw like the little tags in, because I put the tags on with these little stitch markers, so that way we could take them off, because you don't want your kids chewing on those tags and strings and stuff. And so I took those off and just stuck them in my pocket. And then if I had clips on stuff, I could just throw them in my pocket. So that worked out really well. And yeah, I thought it was great because, when you're at a craft fair, no matter how nice people are, someone has to come along and try to steal from you, right? Either product or cash. And so I didn't want a cash box sitting on my little table that someone might be tempted to take. So I used my apron, and it worked out super well. I took $3,011 and 109 items in inventory with me. I sold 12 items for $369. Now, it was $25 for the booth, and then whatever I don't have a amount, so I can't really tell you what kind of profit I made. It was my very first craft fair. I was just kind of trying it out. Actually, the one I scheduled next month was the first one I scheduled, and then this one came up, and it was nearby. It's a really small town where I went, and there wasn't a lot of people there, and there were even less people who were walking by the booths, and there were a fair amount of booths, and there were at least 4 that had crochet. I don't know about sewn items. I saw somebody that had like dish towels where they'd sewn toppers for them, but I mean, insofar as like the aprons and bags that I make, I didn't really see a lot of that. I did get 2 special orders, and one of the aprons plus another one that's a special order actually sold because I posted pictures online of my craft fair booth. But and then the other special order, I didn't include that or the special order apron that I haven't made. Didn't include that in the money I made. Again, it was a small craft fair. I wasn't expecting to do a whole lot. I didn't even, I had like 22 aprons, so I didn't put them all out. I only sold one of my crisscross aprons. I don't know if the price was just prohibitive. Again, small craft fair in a small town. People probably, I don't think they came to the fall festival there planning to spend money. I think most of them just came, to see what was going on or participate in the 5K or listen to the local historians who, spoke at the festival and stuff like that. So there, and I think I sold more things out of my booth than the people on the left and right of me, because I didn't see them doing a whole lot of transactions, and of course everybody wants to come by and touch and feel the soft plushy stuff, and I sold more plushy things than I did, I didn't sell any bags. I only sold one of those crisscross aprons. I sold 2 of my coffee aprons. But I mean, like, the axolotls, I had 5 small axolotls and 2 large ones. The 2 large ones sold, and one of the small ones. 2 of my possums. People like possums, so I got to make more possums. But it was like, and it wasn't that I didn't expect those things to sell, because I know they do sell. I thought the bags and the aprons would do really well. And it was hot. Nobody even looked at knitted hats or things like that. I don't blame them. It was hot. We were under a canopy, and we took a ice chest full of water, and my husband hung around with me, which was a good thing, because when it got windy, the stuff we had holding our tent down was okay, but like I had a trifold metal grid to hang stuff on, and it kept falling over, so we anchored it with one of the ties on the canopy, and then one of us just sat next to it to keep it from falling over, and then he kept grabbing the tent, one of the tent legs to keep it from blowing up, because Oklahoma's windy, okay? It's in the song, when the wind comes sweeping across the plain. That's what it does in Oklahoma, okay? So, like, you get there first thing in the morning and set up, and there's really no wind, but then as the morning goes on, and especially into the afternoon, that's Oklahoma. That is just how it is. And so I did have to get up 3 or 4 times, 15 or 20 times, and pick up plushies off the ground, because they were getting blown over onto the ground. But, it is what it is, because then the wind would shift and blow the other way. And then at the end of the day, we drank plenty of water. It was a good, fun day, and we enjoyed it. But at the end of the day, my husband went ahead and headed back to the house, because my daughter had come by, and she helped me pack everything up. And it was just hot. Like, I mean, I think it was 96, but my car said 101. Of course, my car had been sitting in the sun. So I think that might be a little exaggerated, because it had been sitting in the parking lot heating up all day. But everybody was super nice. I mean, the people who came by, lots of little kids, of course, want to come up and play with your plushies. And this one little boy was so cute. He walked over and was looking at my crisscross reversible aprons, and he said, "You made these?" And I said, "Yes." And he was like, "Oh, wow." So he was super impressed. And then, the little girls come up and say, "Oh, I'd like to learn to make these," but, and I told them how YouTube is an easy way to learn to make things, but they should really start off with something more simple, like maybe a hat or something, until they get the hang of crocheting. And then they can move on to, like, plushies and things. And one lady came by and bought a couple of plushies, and she was like, "Hey," she wanted the avocado. So I took her order for that. And then another lady came by, and she said, "Do you have a business card?" And I don't have business cards. Again, it was my first craft fair, and I really didn't know exactly if I would need something like that, which I'm going to get some made because I don't have a website. You know, basically I can give them my email if they want to order things, but I don't sell through Etsy, and I don't have a website where I sell. Those are things I'm looking into, and we'll see how that goes, because again, I'm just starting out kind of doing a business because I don't normally make things to sell other than, you know, people, friends and family that have asked me to make them things. So working on that, but I didn't have business cards. And so, you know, the one lady, she gave me her email and phone, and, you know, I'm going to contact her with pictures of the avocado to see if she likes it and all that. And then we'll meet because she lives local too. Well, this other lady came by and asked for a business card. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, it's my first craft fair and I didn't really know that I'd need them and I don't have them. She said, oh, well, that's a shame because I'd really like someone to come and teach my 5th graders how to do this kind of thing. And I thought, what would make you think that someone who's selling product at a craft fair would be the person that you're going to contact to come into your classroom? And again, you're not going to teach somebody to make these plushies from, you know, that's not the first thing you make when you start crocheting. You know, those of us who make them feel like we've got the hang of it and we can do it and read a pattern and things like that. But if you've not ever crocheted before or read a pattern or watched a video tutorial even, somebody's not going to walk in and teach you, you know, especially a bunch of 5th graders who probably don't have a very long attention span. I'm like, what in the world? I mean, I just kind of felt it was really oddly presumptuous, but maybe that's just me. And she's a teacher, okay? That's what she does. And while I can teach someone how to care for themselves, you know, as a medical healthcare provider, you know, I can teach people how to give themselves insulin or how to take I can teach one-on-one people things. I can teach, you know, a group about prenatal care, things like that. But teaching crochet is not something that I've ever done. Not that I'm not willing, you know. I mean, I have a friend and we work together, but it's not really me teaching her. It's just kind of her learning new things, you know, and stuff like that. So that is. But I mean, to just think, I mean, unless my business said I also teach. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of weird. Is it just me? It could just be me. I don't know. You guys can tell me if you think I'm being weird about it, but I just thought it was really strange. Anyway, I've just ummed and awed through this whole video. That's something I can't stand, and I did it anyway. But hey, I've started this video 3 times because I realized the first time I didn't have my mic on, and then I started and I stumbled over my own name. There we go. So I'm going to go now before I say it again. Just remember, Jesus loves you and so do I, and have a great, great week. Bye.